Welcome everybody, welcome to this read and lead series of videos. My name is Anil Kumar. Today we talk about Samurai Leader by Diffenderffe. Diffenderffe is a person who had studied the samurai warrior styles of leadership. And in this book we get leading with courage, integrity and honor of the samurai by having ideas and practices of the Japanese warriors and Zen Buddhism. Samurai mindset is conduct and ethical code. That is a samurai mindset. It will transform the personal and business life of the leaders, the practices of the organizations. Samurais were the 17th century warriors of Japan who lived by an elaborate code of ethics. Diffenderffe, samurai leader. The code, the warrior's heart, the tenderness, how to choose, the sense, the mindfulness, and the warrior's mind are the items that we discuss here. Like a samurai, if you want to be a good leader, you need a code to guide you. The code can guide modern managers as well as it has managed or as it has helped the ancient warriors. The most important thing or the first important thing is honor. This is what we should learn from the samurais. Modern managers must be fearless as well as compassionate. So when you should be fearless and courageful and when you should be compassionate, it is for you to choose, depending on the situation, for the overall benefit. Train yourself to be fearless, focus on the ethics in your actions, do the right thing no matter what, see the battles objectively and choose them wisely, get rid of self-deceptions. You need to accept that you are going to die at some point in time, and so you are free to act, do the right thing now and here. If you accept that life is beyond your control, you will take action in the direction that will give you lots of benefits. Look at your areas of concern and the area that you can control and then decide accordingly. The code of samurai. The code of behavior served as their touchstone, so it is more reliable because it has passed the test of time. It emphasizes strict adherence to values. So you need to choose what your values are, what your principles are, what are the morals that you want to live with, what your ethics is, what's the legacy that you want to leave behind. Accordingly, adherence to the values is the cornerstone of the code of behavior of the samurais. For the warrior class, such as bravery, honor and loyalty is important. But for civilized human beings, politeness, respect, selflessness and appreciation of the art were recommended in the code of behavior. So honor and loyalty, politeness and respect and selflessness is something that today's manager need to learn. These are helpful for providing guidance. These are helpful for providing the focus. Honor, loyalty, politeness, respect, selflessness. Being a good manager expects that you will have a good character and you will act upon your own personal principles and values. You will have to be bolder. You will have to be clearer on the moral choices and you will have to exercise self-control more in the conflict and when under stress or pressure. This is the code of samurai. What is the warrior's heart? The first element in the code is honor. We have seen. Be fair, by all means, be fair. Be open, be fair. When you find that in conflict is inevitable, fight fiercely. Being fair doesn't mean you won't fight. If conflict is inevitable, you have to fight fiercely. But when you fight, when you are being fair, you will keep your honor, you will keep your principles, you will keep your values. Mindfulness and fearlessness together gives us self-control. Mindfulness and fearlessness. So you will fight fiercely in case of a conflict, you will be fair and you will practice the techniques endlessly beyond boredom. Only when you practice, you will be able to mindfully appear fearlessly, mindfully apply these fearlessly in case of conflict. For that you need to practice endlessly. You also need to plan, prepare and be perfect. Unless you plan, unless you prepare, you cannot be perfect. And then you have to choose your battles wisely. You have to fight only when the benefits of victory support attaining the core goals and objectives. You have the core goals and objectives of the organization and the core principles of yours. If you are not attaining these objectives, there is no point in getting the benefit of victory in the battle. You also need to know whether it is worth economic, social and political cost of fighting the battle. When you pick up a battle, either a lawsuit with a competitor or with a regulator, whether the economic, social and political cost of fighting the battle The benefits of victory, are they in balance? That you need to choose. So pick your battle wisely, and when it is inevitable, fight fiercely. Stand up for what you know is right, no matter at what cost. Stick to what is right in spite of risk to life or livelihood. You may lose your job, still stick to what is right. Do the right thing in all situations. All situations means small events, large events, always. How you live this minute is the way you will live your life. Always keep your word. Make sure your contracts are fair. Contract with your employees, contract with your competitors, contract with your customers. Your contracts are always fair. Your dealings are fair. Fight for what you believe in. But you need to have your moral boundaries. You need to have your values. You need to have your principles to stick to. Never position yourself as a victim. Never victimize the opponent. Fight correctly, as per the code, as per the rules. Get the information that you need. Give the information that you have to give. Carry out the plans, tracking each step based on feedback, making course corrections. Plan, prepare, practice, become perfect, and only then go for the fight. Hold on to the relationships in the process. Uphold the commitments to the peers. People have trusted you. You have to ensure that their confidence does not go waste. That is the warrior's heart. Then the tenderness of the warrior. What is the tenderness? If the martial art technique is first, the second is the virtues technique. What is virtues technique? Bushi Nanasake. What is that? The first and foremost is compassion. Bushi Nanasake is the tenderness of the warrior. The valued kindness, honesty and politeness. Kindness, honesty and politeness. That is compassion. Kindness and politeness is compassion. Realize interconnections between the people, between the team, between the competitors, peers, regulators, customers. Be honest in your reasoning and actions. Act politely and respectfully in spite of conflict. Even in the midst of a conflict, act politely and respectfully. Do not get tempted to make flippant comments. Do not be tempted to make flippant comments. Bushinasake, the tenderness of the warrior is to have kindness, honesty and politeness and appreciating life. Care for the people, care about the people, care about the team, care about the people with whom you work. Never look out for yourself, but look for everyone's interest. Be selfless. Go beyond the rules only to raise your honesty to a higher level. You have to play by the rules. You have to have values and morals as a guidepost, but you go beyond the rules only to raise your honesty to the next higher level. Self-control and politeness in spite of being upset is very important, because you need to show anger only when it is ethical, only when it is appropriate, to the right person, to the right extent, at the right time. You have to choose your battles wisely. Life is about doing the right thing and knowing when to do it. Doing the right thing and knowing when to do it. Your resources are scarce and there are competing demands. So prioritize, focus. Life is about doing the right thing and knowing when to do it. You cannot win every battle. So prepare to be fight, but choose when to fight. Choose wisely. Courage without reason is like an arrow without a bow. If you just have courage, it doesn't help. You need to have a reason to fight fiercely. Some are easy to identify, the battles, but some are difficult. In case of a lawsuit, in case of a regulatory action, in case of hostile takeover, many times you may not be able to foresee the issue that you are going to face. Some are known. Your action, that of your team, that of the customer, will tell you what problem is going to crop up. Start by studying. Look for the moral principles behind. Look at the tools and techniques that you need so that you can plan, prepare, practice and fight well. Important thing is common sense. What is common sense? It is taughtness of the spirit. Your spirit should be taught. It is nothing but accepting the idea of death. You will die as a person on this earth physically, or your brains may go out of ideas and you will have to have mental faculties to work. You may lose your job. Your company may shut down because of the economic situation or industrial situation. So somewhere something might die. Always remember that a life or a job or a project can suddenly come to an end. Unexpected, unforeseen, unknown shocks are waiting there for you around the corner. So because there are things which are unexpected, unforeseen, unknown, it is better to know that something will die. The job, the life, the project, the organization. So cultivate non-attachment. that what you own, what you have done, what you have achieved, what your accomplishments are, what you have accumulated, do not define you. What you have achieved, what you have accomplished, what you have accumulated is not you. Focus on controlling what you can. What you can control, your actions, your reactions. That is what you can control. Be mindful of the accumulated effect of minor actions. What you do, the small atomic habits that are there in your day-to-day actions is what lead to great waves of success or failure. So have perspective on life. Every one of us is a part of a larger force. Every one of us have a true self. Every one of us have a beginning and end. We are not what we do. We are not what we own. We are not what we have achieved, accomplished or accumulated. Anything and everything may come to an end suddenly. So learn, practice, become perfect, fight fiercely, but know that everything can come to an end. Strip away the illusions. Strip away the belief that you will or you can or you might. Strip away the beliefs. Strip away the ego. Don't control what happens to you. You don't control what happens to you, but you control how you react, how you respond. Wise leaders know that everything they do is overheard. Every look in their face is scrutinized. That means the whole world is watching at you. The whole world is acting on the signals that you send. The whole world is reacting to the signals that you send. And that is what you get back. But then, when something happens, you don't control what happens to you. That is objective. How you react, how you respond, how you take it, that is depends on you. That is internal to you. That is the sense. What is the eightfold path of the Buddhism? The right view, the right intention, the right speech, the right action, the right livelihood, the right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. This is the eightfold path. So you need to be ethical, appropriate and coherent when you do something. You have to do things properly. You have to understand what it is, who is affected, who is influencing, what triggered it and what this will trigger. When you think, when you speak, when you act, you have to ensure that what you do is right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. You must give your effort, attention and concentration to work that is right in itself. You must give your effort, attention, concentration and focus to a task, to an activity that is right in itself. If it is not right, better not do it. Mindfulness leads to courage. Mindfulness and awareness is what you are related to the environment. Maybe the whole earth or the cosmos, maybe your own company and your own team. Environment about, the self-awareness about what you are and what's your surrounding. Be fearless to be right. Be fearless to be right. Fight fiercely for what is right. If you act fully, boldly, ethically, you may be fired. You may lose your job. That is, technically, you will die from your role. But still have the courage to fight for something that is right. You are not your past, you are not your job, you are not your future. You can choose to respond how you will, but have the courage to fight for what is right. Go by the eightfold path. Be guided by your ethical code in all circumstances. Whatever you do should pass the eightfold path test. Whatever you do should be well thought of. Choose your battles wisely. Fear circulates in your workplace. Everybody is afraid of everybody else, be the team, be the manager. Fear drives people to act in self-destructive ways sometimes. Fear limits the people's output. How you stand out, if you had the courage to act, or even better, if you are fearless is what matters. So be fearless, have the courage, act for what is right. To free yourself from the fear is to accept the fact that everything might come to an end. Do not have a fight or flight approach. Do not get tense. Do not be afraid of something new. Every form of attachment to your past behavior, attachment to your comfort is a bond that limits you from performing to become better. Mindfulness is to remember your connection with all the beings, with the cosmos. Mindfulness is being fearless, working for the well-being of the overall well-being of the community. So you will keep your team, your customers at the forefront of your decision. You will be selfless. You will act without hesitation. You will act with courage. You will act fearlessly. You will act for what is right for the customer. Develop a team of ethical peers. Develop a team of people who will work with you and for you and along with you to address your fears directly. Evaluate. If it is right to do, prepare, plan well and perform without fear. If it is right to do, prepare, plan well and perform without fear. When you stumble, accept the blame. Take responsibility. Be accountable. Reputation is you saying you are a human and you made a mistake and you are learning from it. Act in the right direction. That is important. What's a warrior's mind? Warrior's mind is ensure that the mind is fearless and absolutely clear of misconceptions and prejudices. Don't have assumptions and presumptions. Don't prejudge. Don't have prejudice. Don't have misconceptions. Don't have a mind that has doubt. Keep your mind focused on important things. Pick out what is essential and the right. Don't get distracted. Evaluate every situation for the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. And at the end of the day, don't have any regrets. Do what needs to be done. Go on the path of the right things. If you hold on to the plans of the past, you will quickly find you yourself are at a place where you are defeated and obsolete. Don't stick on to the past. Adapt, upgrade, upskill, let go of the past, relearn, retrain. Only what is vitally alive now matters. Be a one having an open mind. Embrace change. Embrace things that are new. Be you, not your past or your circumstance. Keep your mind focused on important things. Pick out what is essential and right. Cut the distractions. You must think about what is right all the time. Go for the eightfold path. Don't wait weighing. If it is right, if it is ethical, then it is to be implemented. How you treat others comes back to you. Are you looking through a distorting lens? Are you having prejudice? People will be prejudiced and preconceived when they look at you then. Evaluate any plan for your own strength, that of the organization, that of the team. The weaknesses. What are the opportunities available and what are the strengths that you have? Where can it be destroyed? Your weaknesses. How it can be overcome. The threats. How it can be controlled. Fortify the weak places. Take advantage of the flaws in your competitors' strategies. Look at the weaknesses in others' strategy. Take advantage of the flaws in their strategy and fortify your weak places. Think of a business as a project, as a battlefield. You want to survey at the end of the day, and then you want to survey it as a victor, not as a victim or a lost person. To be a victor, what needs to be done? Foresee the scenario, work for it, plan for it, get the tools and techniques. Establish mental habits that are pleasant and profitable. Savor every moment, even the toughest situations. Help those around you to get rid of their past. Help them find their true sense. Not only that you have to get rid of your past and let go and become new, you need to help others to find their true selves, to become the new people. Your emotions can freely flow only in such a situation. This is what is a warrior mind. So we have seen the samurai code, the warrior heart, the warrior mind, and how leading with courage is what is necessary, how integrity is the cornerstone, and how honor is the touchstone for every action of yours. The code, the heart, the mind, the mindfulness, the sense, the eightfold path, and choosing wisely. Thanks for listening. This is about Bill Diffenderffe's Samurai Leader.